Good morning. I just want to apologize. I want to apologize to everyone. Last week was kind of a weird situation. My wife took a trip down to Corpus Christi to go visit her family, and it was a good trip for her. She got to see her mom, who's suffering from late stages of Alzheimer's and dementia. So she got to spend some well-needed time with her mom. But guys, I was thrown completely off last week, man. Last week was a rough week for me. I was in a new environment, and I mean, I had walked 105 before many times, but it was just different, man. Like I was staying at my parents' house out in Walden, and there was a lot of distraction. There was a lot of stress. I wasn't in the Word very much last week, and so the adversary kind of had fun last week. You know, when the cat's away, the mice will play. So I'm glad that I'm back out on it today. The kids came back home Saturday, and we're getting back to our routine, into our familiar ground. But that's why you really didn't hear a lot from me last week. I was in a different mindset. But I'm back on the grind. I've been doing a lot of praying with the Lord this morning, and the hits on the website have gone down tremendously. I haven't seen any new visitors visit the website, which is, you know, that's not a good sign. I haven't seen new visitors in a couple of weeks. I've been praying and asking God, you know, to reveal to me if I'm outside of His will, if I'm outside of His plan for this ministry, if I'm walking these streets out here because it's familiar, if I'm missing His voice, if I'm missing His calling to go somewhere new, or to take this somewhere else. And you know, sometimes the tricky part of listening for God's voice is we want to answer for God. We want to assume that, you know, we're operating inside God's will, and we're operating inside God's plan. And I know know God put this calling on me. He made that very loud and clear. I know God put the calling on me to resign from my job. He made that loud and clear. But am I swimming in familiar waters because it's comfortable? Or am I still walking these streets out here because I know more people need to see this? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not going to say I'm at a low point, but I'm definitely not at a high point right now. And you know, the thing about ministry is you definitely do not want to upset God. You definitely do not want to take things into your own hands, because you then remove God from the situation and you're now operating within your own reason, within your own strength and your own power. And we all know what happens when we do that. We fail. When we take things upon our own cognition and our own understanding, we fail because we can't see the bigger picture. We can't see beyond the moment like God can. So guys, my prayer request to you is that you pray and ask God to reveal in me if I'm operating within His will, for clarity. Because I definitely do not want to be operating outside of God's will. I know a lot of that has to do with me hearing God speak. Sometimes it has to do with how much I'm spending in the Word. And I know last week my time in the Word was very, very small, very limited. Besides of me doing my devotionals, I really didn't read last week. So just keep me in your prayers that God will insert His vision and His plan back into my heart and my life, and reveal to me if I'm going the way God wants me to go, or if I'm taking it upon myself to do what I want to do, to stay comfortable. My walk with the Lord is still strong. Every man of God or every woman of God battles with it. They battle with sometimes hearing the voice of God in their lives. So just keep me in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers too, because my family is trusting in me that I'm doing what God wants me to do with this ministry. And if I'm off, if I'm wrong, and I'm not listening to God, then they're going to suffer with me. And I definitely don't want that to happen. So I really appreciate all the prayers and all the concern that everyone's been giving me, and all the lifting up that everyone's been doing. I greatly appreciate that. Today is very cloudy, but it's warm, it's very humid, so hopefully I'm able to get a lot of video today, because the sun won't be out as much. So, but I'll record thoughts for the walk and other things like that throughout the day. So, but I'm gonna go back at it, guys. So, God bless y'all and have a good day. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Anything you need?
No, man, just out here trying to spread the gospel.
Oh, I see you quite often. Good on water, all that?
I'm good on water. I got my Camelback on me. What's your name, brother?
Matt.
I'm Josh. Good, how are you?
Oh. Living.
Fair to Midland?
Huh?
Fair to Midland?
Yeah, something like that.
You a Christian, brother?
I am. That's why I'm shopping.
Amen.
So, how did this come about? Rather unique way to do this.
Yeah. A little over a year ago, God revealed to me that I needed to build a cross.
Okay.
And so I pushed it off. I didn't listen to him, and he kept revealing it to me over and over again. And so I built it in October, and I've been walking it. I walk it about once or twice a month since October, and the Lord revealed to me that I wasn't being responsible with what He gave me, and so He basically told me to quit my job and do it full time.
You provided for?
So I cashed in my 401k for my job, and my family's kind of living off that. I've had some people donate some money to me here and there. I'm in the process of getting the ministry 501c3.
Careful about that.
The trap.
Before you fully file that or commit to that filing status, I would suggest you review what the legal code of the United States tax code says,
Okay.
and what the 501c3 is.
Okay.
So if the government at any point, I mean the part you're looking for, read for yourself. At any point you disagree, or you and the government come to a point of disagreement based off of because of your filing status,
Okay.
as in they say Christianity is outlawed for any reason, or ministering in public is outlawed,
Okay.
then you are now against the code. That's why I fully trusted God on that one, but it's there.
Okay.
Just so you're aware.
All right. I'll have to look into it, because I met with a CPA a couple weeks ago, and they're starting the process of doing all the filing for it. So, but yeah, I'll have to definitely look into it.
A lot of stuff hidden in the tax code that you won't necessarily be told about up front when you do your normal taxes.
Okay.
I worked in oil and gas for 10 years. I bought a vehicle to use, and what I found out, and this only worked the first year I did it, I was reimbursed mileage by the company. So the mileage, I couldn't charge mileage back to on my taxes. except I had major repairs happen before the end of the year, and it exceeded the amount of money that my mileage paid. So I was able to deduct the difference. You only find that by looking. So that's, I always say these things, the nature of the world we live in.
Yeah, it's all about money. It's all corrupt.
It is, but the world of the 501c3, it's not just about money. You can have the money as long as you're preaching our message.
So it's all about control.
That's the risk.
Okay.
So, but look it up for yourself.
Okay. I do record my interactions,
You got it.
so I just want to make sure that's okay with you. Okay.
I knew that when I saw you.
Okay. So where you going, man? Where you headed?
I'm headed home from school.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm headed home from school. I left oil and gas. I've been married 3 times. First marriage ended badly. My second wife passed away right after childbirth.
Sorry to hear that.
And remarried, have another baby at home, so don't want to fix the baby, get her to stay awake every day.
Yeah. Yeah. That way you can get some sleep at night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. She's my 6th child, so
Wow. You're not new
I'm
to it.
used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 3 at home, so
You get so many children deep after a while, and they start caterwauling because their stomach hurts, or they got gas, or they got a burp. You can't help but smile because you know they can't do anything about it. They want you to fix it, and you can't fix it, you know?
you just gotta let it run its course.
Yeah, you gotta let it go, sweetie. Relax.
Yeah.
When they fold in you, it all comes out.
All comes out, that's right.
Sometimes it comes out all 3 ends at the same time.
Yeah, before you pulled over and stopped, I was having a communication with God. I was just like, you know, God, I want you to show me if I'm out here, or if you need me to be somewhere else, you know, to confirm with me, because I definitely don't want to be outside of God's will, you know.
Yep.
And so, I mean, running.
Nothing wrong with being obedient and putting the police out. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I kind of think running into you and hearing what you had to say, I feel like God still needs me over here.
I've seen you several times. I need to talk to that man. I don't know why, but I need to talk to that man. So
Thanks for your wisdom.
I'm not that wise. Been married 3 times, remember?
We're all wise in our own way, you know.
When I was going through my first divorce, I lived in the book of Proverbs. I was raised, my mother did a lot of the Bible teaching when I was raised, and there's a lot of the day-to-day as a child raised to honor God, right? You know, the fear of the Lord, all that. And when you're taught that honoring your father and mother means these things, there's a risk that you won't understand that it has more depth the older you get. I'm the firstborn son. And as a firstborn son, I'm given a double portion of inheritance.
Yeah.
How society we live in, things of that nature, but I still have a responsibility to my mother as her firstborn son. So I take care of my mom. But I listen to her teaching the children, and I wonder if I see a point at which I'm going to need to step in and fill in some of these gaps, because honoring Jesus Christ, in a couple of the Gospels talked about honoring your parents. And it's not just, yes ma'am, no sir, thank you. It's not that. It's also, did you choose to honor God with your substance by honoring your parents? You had extra after tithe. Did you give that to your parents?
The Corbin.
Yes. Or did you give it to the church?
Yeah.
You know, or the temple at the time. So what does it really mean to honor your father and your mother? you can go real into the really deep and dark sayings of Proverbs about it. It's not just doing what they tell you to when you're a child, it's also life for them as an adult. You also did you listen to their wisdom as a young man or a young woman and hear what they had to say and apply it in your own life? Because the wisest thing you can do is fear the Lord.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the opening statement of the book of Proverbs. Also in the book of Ecclesiastes, if you pay attention.
Well, and it says, raise up your children in the way that they should go,
Yep.
and they will not depart from it. So I mean,
I believe the song, I go so far as to say my mother, more so than my father, raised us in the correct way. But raising up your children in the way they should go doesn't, that's actually kind of a morally neutral, ethically neutral statement.
Yeah.
Because if you raise your children up to go the other way,
they'll go the other way.
they'll go the other way. Or they will find themselves stuck in the middle.
Not sure where to go.
Right. Or if you know this direction is, you know that there's life in this direction, you know there's death in this direction, you watch both your parents walk each path.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta kind of judge which wolf you're gonna feed more.
Well, there's a wolf, one's a wolf, the other's not. One is a wolf, the other is not. Well, appreciate talking to you,
Thank
man.
you for your talk, man. Appreciate it. I'll walk you to your vehicle. So have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen another person walk across before?
No.
No?
I've seen some absolute shit shows
Yeah.
ministerial temples.
Yeah.
My late wife, their family attended Lakewood under Holstein Sr. And then they went to Dallas, Fort Worth, and she was involved at Copeland's Church for a little while. And Dave took me there. I got a great history lesson about the Marine Corps having an air station training environment there, where that facility is. I didn't really hear a Bible teaching though. I watched a great stage show.
So it was more about prosperity than...
Oh, it's all about prosperity. They
Yeah.
got a guy in that ministry, so his name is Russell Dollar.
Yeah.
Changed his name $2.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's what runs people off, man, because they see...
That didn't run her off. That did not run her or her family off. What ran her off was, after we left, I pointed out it was the same people in the crowd getting healed miraculously over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that when someone is smitten in the spirit, they laid them on the floor and composed them like they were an Egyptian mummy and left them there. They didn't stand watch over them. They just laid them on the ground and the crowd shifted away from them. And then after the crowd had been gone for so long, they pop right back up and go right back in the crowd and then get smitten in the spirit again. That's stagecraft.
That's wicked.
At its best, it's stagecraft. At its worst, it's witchcraft.
It's wicked, man.
Yeah. I've been to the other side of the world twice, and I have seen evil. And the evil over there is so much evil.
Were you in the military?
Yes.
Thank you for your service. So was my brother.
Because over there, if you were doing the thing, if you were acting a certain way, he dealt with you quickly, violently. Over here,
We have our laws.
not even laws. I do a thing to defend myself here, and I will go to jail. I will be the bad guy.
Yeah.
I will be made to pay.
That's what's sad. That's what's sad about it all.
All right, brother.
All right, brother Matt. Thank you for your
I'll see you
talk, man.
again.
Yes, sir. God bless
All right.
you.